Match found.
Yes, I'm pumped.
Match found.
They think I'm an old dog? I'll show them just how many tricks I
Watch
know.
it pick Raze or Brimstone. Man, it should have been Raze.
Smoke's down. Smoke's down. Here. Molly. Stim beacon here. Launching smoke. Launching smoke.
Spike
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted A. Gotcha.
God damn.
Molly. Now we're cooking.
Last player standing.
I am for one. 78.
Smoke's down.
They're both low, so. What? Why are you looking
I'll
at the
teach them to
ground?
respect their elders.
Probably.
Enemy spotted A. Molly. Reloading. Launching smoke. Spike here.
Spike down A.
Beacon down.
Let's go.
Molly. Spike spotted A. Launching smoke. Smoke's down. Smoke's down.
Spike planted.
You should have started
Out of
defusing
Last
this time.
player standing.
You should. You should have done a ninja defuse right there.
Pay attention. Might
Okay,
learn
yeah,
something.
we can all smoke it and just diffuse around it.
Yeah, yeah.
Reloading. Gun here. Gun here. You know what to do. Launching smoke. Reloading. Down you go. Enemy spotted it.
Spike down A.
Open up the sky. Enemy down.
Last player standing. One enemy
On the
remaining.
money.
30 seconds left.
Who's the old dog now?
Yeah, why is my ping? at
Last
107?
round in the half.
Halftime. Don't save a thing.
Oh, you can't save guns? Aw. I didn't know that.
Gun here. Need equipment.
Yeah, wait until they plant them. Put their
Gun here. Thanks.
everybody just use their ult.
Safety's off. Watching here.
Dude, I'm at 180 ping. What is this? They're probably gonna go plant B.
Fire in the hole!
Ah, shit.
All right, just up. Use your ult. Use your ult.
One enemy
Launching
remaining.
smoke. Spike spotted A.
Oh, he's coming from our spawn.
Beacon
Alright.
down. One left standing. Smoke's down. Smoke's down. Let's
Switching
ruin their
sides.
day.
Actually, Brimstone's not that bad. For some reason, only one of their raises uses their ult.
Yeah.
Stay sharp. Launching smoke. Enemy spotted A. Reload. Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted B. Smoke. Reloading. Plant the spike. Shot. Plant the spike. Caution here. Smoke's down. Down and out. Stim beacon here. Enemy in attacker spawn. Stim beacon down. Enemy spotted A.
Last player standing.
Someone came from our spawn.
Spike down A. Thirty seconds left.
Right between the eyes. Stim beacon here.
That's unfortunate.
Shoot the bad guys. How's that for a plan? Equipment. Watch and learn. Launching smoke.
Smoke all over site.
Enemy spotted B. Enemy spotted mid. Enemy spotted it right here. Reloading. Right here. Stim beacon down. Reloading. See ya. Molly. Stim beacon down. Spike plant.
Last player standing.
Okay.
Match point.
Who am I kidding? My knees are gonna kill after this.
Alright, I got my ult.
Alright, so you guys can ult once you plant, and then we can smoke around the whole site.
Smoke's down. Launching smoke. Enemy spotted B. Stim beacon
Just
here.
shut me.
Out of here. The sky. Enemy spotted B. Gotcha. Stim beacon here. See ya. Stim beacon down.
I
Molly.
just need a grenade to kill you guys.
Right here.
They're coming, they're coming. I'm at 2 health. Holy fuck.
You got your smokes. and
30
everything.
seconds left.
Smoke's down.
I'm gonna ping it too. So you start hearing the
You guys
fuse
just stay
shoot at that
alive.
spot.
Yeah, you guys just stay alive.
They're flanking, they're flanking.
One enemy remaining.
That's 3.
So we only need one ult to use.
Alright, you guys both got ult, so you guys can stay back.
Okay.
Wait,
That's
just wait until you start hearing fusing. Only one at a time, only one at a
Open
time.
up the sky.
Oh.
Never mind. Oh, but I did double damage.
Nice, nice.
I guess it was fine.
Launching smoke.
I think I get ult.
Block the enemy's
Yeah, I
line
get
of
ult, I
sight.
get ult.
Once they're blind, we move.
Let's do the same thing.
Reloading.
Alright, let's play Odin then.
Just save your ult until the last. If you guys want to, you guys can probably just stay back and spawn. Whoever has ult.
Yeah.
Safety's off.
Just make sure they don't see you in there.
Fire in the hole!
Enemy right here. Goner. Enemy down.
One enemy remaining.
Plant the
Oh
spike.
shit!
Plant the spike. Plant the spike. Launching smoke. Spike planted. Right here.
Just wait until they start planting again. Okay. Oh.
Flawless.
Sought, outfought.
Let's go.
Sudden death.
Drink some water, reload your mags, and let's get back out there.
Everybody lost their ult now, so whoever had it. Exactly.
Beacon here. Molly. Enemy spotted B.
Oh, they have
you
an
go.
Odin. But now they don't.
Plant the spike. Plant the spike. Enemy spotted mid. Plant the spike. Enemy spotted mid. Spike planted. Enemy.
Go back to A. Go back to A.
Last player standing. Team Ace. Defenders win.
What?
Match found.
This is a 700cc breast implant, and today I'm gonna test it being run over by a car. Is it strong enough?
I don't recommend.
They think I'm an old dog? I'll show them just how many tricks I know. Okay, kids, we've got company. Pretend you all get along. Down and out.
Spike down A. Last player standing. Spike planted.
Launching smoke. Stim beacon down.
Came and smelled the dog, which is strange because
Uh
normally.
oh,
they
here
don't-
we go. Camera's gonna shake.
Exactly what I'm thinking of.
Dead. Right back.
One enemy remaining.
Welcome back to another video in the Making Memory series. Today is going to be another good one.
Let's kill
I'm
that
going to
Reyna.
introduce you to a
Our team's got
95-year-old
soul.
gamer.
I want to keep it that way.
Would be just, I get up in the
Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel. With
up in the morning and I couldn't hardly straight.
Now we're cooking. Enemy spotted B.
You have a career like
That's three. Stim beacon here.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted B. Volley.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
No more doubts. We're ready. Safety's off.
The hunt begins.
Smoke's down.
The hunt begins.
Open up the sky. Take it down. Open up the sky. Open up the sky. Gotcha. Molly.
One enemy remaining.
Trained you. Molly.
Last player standing. Last round before the switch.
Halftime. Don't save a thing. Together. Smoke's down. Launching smoke. Molly. Out of here. Open up the sky. Launching smoke.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Begins.
Let's
Switching
ruin
sides.
their day. Safety's off. Launching down. Smoke's down. Launching smoke. Reloading. Enemy spotted B. Stim beacon down. Stim beacon down. Enemy down. Goner.
Spike down B.
Got the spike. Right down. Got
Last
the spike.
player standing. Match point.
My smokes can block the enemy's line of sight. Once they're blind, we move. It's our turn. Reloading. Smoke launching smoke. Molly. Down you go. Molly. Gun here.
Last player standing.
Smoke's down. Stim beacon here.
One enemy remaining. Defenders win. Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
Fight!
Claw through them. No!
Dominating.
You were a mistake. Killed. No. No.
Dominating. 10 kills remaining.
Kill their sky. No.
5 kills remaining. Dominating.
Kill their sky. Be gone.
One kill remaining. Match found.
Praise?
What? Oh, Plugmaster.
What's up, man? You ready to get another dub or what?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And good morning, everyone.
So,
Spike rush.
If this town had let me install my defense matrix, we wouldn't have to be here. Ugh. Oh well, I'll clean this up myself.
Pop off KO.
The other ones last time I checked were A.
Gotcha.
Spikes down. Placing alarm bot. Turret out. Found them.
Come here!
One enemy remaining.
Other one's over here.
Good shit.
Nice.
Bomb grenade out.
Last player standing.
None of my stuff has malfunctioned yet. Can we celebrate that? Reloading.
Grenade out. Reloading. Shutting it down.
Huh?
Flashbang.
Rotate.
Got him.
One enemy remaining.
Hookah. Not anymore.
Nice, nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Last round in the half.
Anyone have any?
You guys should have seen that. I hit homie midair.
Enemy spotted B.
Sage killed. My
Joke's
ultimate is
over.
ready.
You're dead.
Enemy down.
Reloading. Placing
I think there might be hookah.
Placing
I don't see him here.
Suppress it.
Initiated.
I hear one behind me.
One enemy remaining.
Good job.
For you.
Oh.
Here.
Swarm grenade out.
Good job, guys.
Switching sides. Match point.
Raise, I'll take long.
Placing sentry.
I'll take short.
Alarm bot
Sounds
out.
good. Don't die so I can heal you.
There's a race here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my god, I can see him in that corner.
Dude, I hit her for so much. I'm just happy you killed her.
They're both low.
Last player standing.
Swarm grenade out.
One enemy remaining.
Nice, 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 nice.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
30 seconds left.
Oh.
Just play time, I guess. They're rotating.
Careful to your left.
Ten seconds left.
I think he was time to get there.
Oh, he is. He's planting.
He's planning. Get to rotate.
Spike planted.
You got it. Just, you know, don't die.
You in these?
Oh, you got your little thing there. Whatever it's called. I think it's called like a turret.
Yeah, the
Bot coming
turret.
back.
Oh, why'd you do that?
Charges.
Well, that's not there anymore.
Oh, he was about to knife
Nice.
you.
Yeah. Don't
Nice.
interrupt my work.
Phoenix sucks ass. Good job.
GG.
Clutch.
GG's, guys. Well played.
Defenders win.
Ah, my genius doesn't stop in the lab.
GG.
I knew it would all work
Raze, I
out.
love you.
It always does.
Match found.
Let's go.
Spike rush.
I'll destroy every Reyna for what she did to you. Correction.
Someone's A. Decoy. Lights out. Enemy spotted on it.
These parasites aren't going to take one step past this place.
My ultimate's ready. Come on, let's go! Going up.
Okay.
Knocks away.
I'll handle this.
Grenade. Joke's over. You're dead.
Enemy spotted mid.
Last player standing.
Waiting to kill.
It was the preview, but I did play it, so there's been a lot of things. Been a lot of things that have changed. So basically, like, this whole thing that we're doing, this Battle for New World, is basically like they got a bunch of streamers on 3 different teams, which are the 3 factions in the game. My team is Covenant. Currently, I think Marauders currently are owning right now. I think I fight a little like mini boss here, and then the tutorial's done.
Reloading. Get out of my way. Reloading.
Rude.
My ultimate's ready.
I tried to roll, but you know you can't do that in the middle of a
Last player standing.
animation. The tutorial is technically over until you reach it down. Oh, really? I had to turn it down. Yeah, this is a pretty unique MMO. It's like, it's not your traditional experience.
30 seconds left.
It's not like your traditional, like, Trinity system where you got, like, a huge skill bar and everything. It's more of, like, a slow and methodical kind of combat. Like, when you're PvPing, it's like... It's sometimes even hard to tell who you're fighting. You know, you might think it's you might think you're fighting like an AI sometimes, like an acquired thing. You know. So what are the weapons now? So the weapons are sword and shield, spears, bow, fire staff, rapier, great axe, musket, life staff, hatchet, warhammer, and ice gauntlet. So the new ones are the spear, I think, right? Isn't it spear? Aren't the new ones spear, ice staff, this rapier, and is great axe new? I don't know, but I remember using a bow, and I enjoyed using the bow a lot. so I might do that again. So I want to use a bow, so I'll probably put some points in Dex. I kind of want to use a bow and sword and shield or something. I just don't, or maybe a rapier or something. I don't know. I don't know like what the play is. How bad is PvP if I was to like flag it once I get out of here? Am I gonna get owned? Am I gonna get camped? I'm not sure. Nice yoga paint. I'm looking damn good. Are you kidding me? Damn good. Feeling damn good. The winner of the whole battle for New World, like if whichever faction wins, gets a unique drop. Like their whole team gets a unique drop. So all 11 of them get a unique drop for when the game comes out for like a unique cosmetic. And then they also get 100 game keys each.
Last player standing.
So that's around 1,100 game keys, which is kind of crazy, honestly.
Attackers win.
How's the PvP? The PvP's, in my opinion, it's good, but it's very unique. Like, it takes a certain kind of finesse and style to PvP in this game. It's not like your traditional MMO. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more like a fighting game. I love the little muskets. This game's so interesting too because you could like prone like this, and when you prone, your name tag is actually like hidden, so you can actually like kind of stealth. Like you could like prone in a bush like this, and you're actually kind of invisible. You know, someone would have to actually see you with their eyeballs because there's no name tag or anything. You could like sneak around. It's super funny. Travel to the Howling Falls. Oh, right. I remember this quest. Yeah. All right, let's go fight a little bit. We've been crafting. We've been messing around there. Let's actually go fight. Let's go level my my bow and arrow. I wanted to make a better bow, but I don't exactly know how, so screw it. The lighting in here is wild. It's all like, I don't know how to explain it.
Fancy visit me or the town board outside.
Game's questing system is interesting. It's just like off of there's some main quests and then the rest are just off like a board. And then the board has all the other quests. Speak with the Marauders. Oh, now I'm choosing my thing. Speak with the Marauders, speak with Syndicate, speak with Covenant. Dude, farming trees for hours on the end in this game is rewarding. Anyway, that's kind of the interesting part about the game is that like you can just sit there and you don't even need to leave. You just sit there and just farm trees forever and just farm nodes and craft and craft and craft and fish and fish and fish and craft. You don't even really need to kill anything, I feel like. Everybody has like their unique experience on how to play. One thing I would like to see that would add much better feel to the world. It might be kind of challenging to do now that they already have so many zones, but it'd be cool if each zone there was multiple. Like this is like the level. What level is the zone that we're in? This little hilltop. Recommended level 9, right? It'd be cool if there was more recommended level 9 places rather than each zone following the same, you know, level 6 zone, level 9 zone, level 12. So I feel like you get such a large abundance of people. I think what this game does a good job of is it's so different from your traditional MMO that I'd imagine that people who don't like MMOs would actually like this game. I feel like this is catering to more of a casual audience because, like, you know, people have played survival games, they played third-person games, whatever. But MMOs are always so daunting and so intimidating to so many people that I feel like this game does a good job hitting that kind of casual market a little bit. Would you put points in storage? I don't know how, like how...
I do, yeah. But that's because I have a lot of shit piled up. You can upgrade your storage in other ways anyway. So, for example, you can buy furniture from a furniture a player that's made furniture, and you can put those chests in your house that you bought, and then it increases your global storage in that town. So there's other ways of doing it. You want to buy the house, by the way, if you haven't already. Go to the house that's worth 2,000 and buy it.
Where is it? Purchase.
I think it's just probably smarter to buy a cheaper one just because it's for fast traveling and not unless you want to decorate it.
Yeah.
But you can't buy the other ones until you've got level 30 something rep, and you only got 10 or 11.
30 rep. 30 rep and what?
15.
Yeah, the other ones are 20. The next one up is 20,000 rep, I think, and the next one's 35 or something.
I saw 15.
Rep with what though?
You know the rep that you're spending to get more XP and stuff, or more storage space, that kind of stuff. Basically, anytime you do those quests for the town, you get town rep. So when you hand in the stone and the
How do I even look at that? How do I look at my rep?
and then territorial standing on the left.
So I'm at 14.
Yeah, so the next house, apparently there is one for 15. I didn't know. I've seen them for 20 and 35.
Oh.
Yeah, I can show you where.
I mean, I bought the one for 2,500. So.
You know that town you're in costs us, me, Sequisha, Grimm's, Anthony Kong fan 100,000 gold.
Yeah, apparently if you're Tim the Tap Man, that ain't so bad. He did that in a matter of 5 minutes.
Yep.
I unfortunately don't have that kind of pull. If I did, then the Covenant might have a chance. Also, I couldn't play day one. And day one, I feel like it's important because everybody knows where you are and how you, like, what you started on, so they'll follow you, you know?
Yeah.
But if everybody already committed their time, then why would they quit?
I'm sure that you've got a lot of players that love your WoW stuff, and maybe they want to play their first MMO or something. I'm sure they'd sign up and play.
Well, the beauty of this is it feels so different. It's not like an MMO. It's more of like a survival game than anything else.
Yeah, like with the eating and the different stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's RPG, tab targeting or action combat. It's like all action. It actually requires good aim, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's great for me, but I feel like not everyone will feel the same way because, like, if you're going up against someone that has a musket and they're just landing every single shot, that's got to be so tilting. They're literally just using a gun and just tracing you. That's got to be so annoying. Don't tell me I had another quest here. God dang it, I did. I don't know what this Dragon Glory is, but I'm picking it. It actually does damage. Wait. Oh, no, that was the bleed, I think. I was like, what? Oh, fire motes. Oh, that's where you get motes. Okay. I like that even if you were to get, like, boosted, so to speak, and somebody gave you so much iron and this and that, you'd still have to eventually level your harvest. Because you're not going to get that stuff forever. Like, you're going to have to eventually mine. You're going to have to eventually... Or maybe you won't. I don't know. Just get it for the rest of your time playing. Something about doing tasks in this game is very satisfying. They're so simple, but you're just getting the checks done, you know? Finish this one, then go to the next one, finish this one.
And you see everyone level up, and you're like, I can't stop. I don't want to fall behind. I just got to keep leveling.
What do you think of all the weapons? I think they're cool. Could use a couple more for sure. A couple more could be used, but they have a lot now. I see this page right here. I think they need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they're good. So 4 magic, 4 ranged. I don't know what ranged. I mean, crossbow, maybe a... You got to be careful with adding too many weapons, though, because, like, yeah, it'd be great if they add more and more variety, whatever. But you got to make sure they all balance well. And the tricky part about this, like, slow, heavy-hitting combo kind of game is if you add a weapon that's too overpowered and everyone's using it, that's a big problem. You want to really, really, really have these unique play styles that actually are balanced. The reason why the game doesn't have mounts is because it just, like, the PvP of the game, the world PvP, kind of functions well without it. And having mounts might ruin the functionality of the PvP of the game, you know? Okay, so now I need 11,000 rep. I have 3,000 tokens, which is max. So before I hand these in, I want to spend my tokens. So here, the level 20 blues. Okay, so we're probably going to buy a rapier, and we're going to buy a bow, a level 20 bow. The bow is 20. Damn, they're 2,500 each. When you kill something, reduce all cooldowns by 5%? Huh? All cooldowns? Like, in all of my stuff? Not just my... Damn. What does this one do? The rapier does when you kill something. Oh, the same thing. Damn. Do I replace my bow or my rapier? Definitely my bow, right? Oh, you don't have the 3K cap anymore? You can hold 10,000? Oh, because I'm a Templar? Really? How do you know what the number is? Because tokens are capped at 10,000. Oh, you're right. So if I hand this in. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. All right. So this is what the mouse pad will come in. Logitech. Shroud. Checkout. Keyboard. Mouse. Headset. God damn. Go and add all of these items to cart. Use code SHROUD and check out. Okay?
And then you can back up and musk it. Whoa, that's fire. This game's beautiful, by the way. Oh yeah, perfect cutscene timing. Oh yeah, pre-recorded, literally. It's scripted. That whole thing was scripted right there. Just take it all in. Beautiful singing.
That was crazy.
Fucking birds flying around there.
Really, Amazon and MMO players, they were meant for each other. Because I know people at Amazon might not like me saying this. Because both of them have to pee in bottles.
X to draw your weapon. Block. Whoa. Okay, the fighting in this game is wild. You just see that? It was like you could, it was clip.
Oh yeah, this is that area again. We can do it. Oh, okay. That's aggro. We got aggro.
Okay, hey, you, hey, loyal dog, come over here, man. Hey, loyal B dog. Where'd you get the cutoff T-shirt, man? Why you out here trying to flex? You only can do about 63 push-ups anyway. Oh shit, my man trying to flex. Jesus Christ. Who dressed you? Yourself? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want no trouble, man.
Okay, listen up. Listen up. I understand many of you guys may be new to this game. I understand a lot of you guys are higher level. We've got a level 14 here, guys. He's gonna lead us to victory. Well, guess what? I'm level 9.
Destroyed.
And you know what's gonna happen to your levels? They're gonna fall behind too. Because we're gonna go to war. We're gonna go over to that farmstead and we're gonna shoot anybody that we fucking can. So guys, get ready. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna ride out there together and we're gonna shoot anybody that we see. I want this to be like a fucking like this is a firing range, man. Everybody get your guns out. Get your fucking guns out. We're gonna shoot anybody that we see. We're shooting anybody that we fucking see. Let's go, guys. Get the guns out. Especially the yellow ones. PvP protection timer has started.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I never took the fact quest.
Last player standing.
Where are we going this time? Remember what worked in the past.
Close. Why is my guy screaming when I dash travel?
Oh, that execute, dude. Holy shit.
That execute's insane.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to
Look like with my gear, you know?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Chad, I just want to beat you in the fucking head. All right, like, imagine you're this zombie, right? Oh shit! Oh god, Chad, I'm sorry. Chad got stuck. I'm gonna die in there. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Holy shit! Okay, Chad, I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. All right.
Damn, they kind of just.
Okay, so there's some missions up top. I want to go down south here. I want to get some of this stuff down south.
Swarm grenade
So we're
out.
gonna
Swarm grenade up. Found turret
we're gonna go down and
destroyed.
pick these up.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
You can trust my bots. They only malfunctioned that one time. Honestly, don't miss that.
Oh, how do I miss?
Turret out.
He's got he's got a musket and a staff. He's got no melee gun with my friend. Gandalf. Don't worry, I got him. Don't worry, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Here comes the party.
Spike planted.
We need more people in our centipede. We are in Windsward Hamlet.
Last player standing.
Auf Wiedersehen. Swarm grenade out.
Tim. Let's go. We're exploring a new world.
Oh, dude, you did not just say that. You just missed a turkey? This is what I'm playing with here? I'll take care of this, alligator brother. Hey, fuck you.
Everyone note down your destinations.
Hey,
then
bro,
let's
this
run
is
it
the boss?
Is it?
What the fuck? He hit me with his tail, little bitch. Ow, dude!
I'm lighting him on fire. It's only doing 5 damage. Don't think that's the play.
I got him. Oh, he's immune to my stun. Oh, dude, we're fucking shocked! Let's go, Sam! Come on, bitch! Oh my god, we did it.
I can't skin it. Green gloves. Oh, these gloves are huge up there.
You got loot off?
Go to the back.
Enemy spotted B.
Bot coming back. Reloading.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys.
You're good though. You're good. You're good.
They're dropping like flies.
Enemy spotted B.
Oh!
Last player standing.
Yeah, what? These motherfuckers don't know
Don't stress it.
how we just had to get online, you know what I'm saying?
Reloading.
Well done. I went in there and started whirlwind.
Tô quase pegando 14, cara. Que inferno. Ó, os caras aí em cima, velho. Atrás de vocês. Ah, não. Vocês estão fazendo isso com o parceiro da armada.
Soltei, regaça,
Grudaram em mim, grudaram em mim.
Nossa, matou o turno de uma vez!
Atrás, guys.
Batendo.
Me ajuda,
Tô batendo. Ó! Ele entrou no bagulho de gelo, ó! Snoop, quando tiver outro bagulho, solta de novo. Outro bagulho, solta de novo. Liga! Matamos 5!
Matamos 5!
Que, velho? Ah, mano, eu só eu vou...
Relaxa, vai não. Vai não. Matamos 6, cara! Ah! Clipa aí, molecada.
Everyone note down your observations, then let's run it again.
Chat saying right-click player names to inspect. I'll try that with you in a minute.
What does that mean? Right-click player names?
Like when you
Reloading.
hit H, I
No.
think.
Reload.
That's just not
Look
true.
at both of us. Look at both
Yeah, I'm 80. Yeah, good one, guys. Good one, chat. I'm just ADS spamming like a moron.
Oh, damn! Launching smoke.
Where's he going? Where's he going? I'm going around. Take him out.
Molly.
Oh my god, that.
I can't check. Hang on a minute. Oh, dude. We're fucking. Alright.
I'm lighting them all on fire.
Spike down A.
Okay, wait, that was actually pretty lit.
We got like a Reap, which gives you another 2 free auto attacks. Okay,
One
this is
enemy
ridiculous
remaining.
now. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, this is the best clip. Okay, Gridex actually, I'm sorry, Gridex might be S tier now. This is different. This is built differently. This is not normal. This wasn't what Alpha was like.
Again. Hold on, maybe we got to go like, yeah. I guess we'll just keep going to number 3 on the map. Oh. Anyone see a level on this guy? Because I don't see a level on this guy. Whatever. Oh dear. Oh my god, that was half my health. Oh hell no. Oh, we might die here. Oh no. We done messed up. Oh my
Spike
god.
down A.
I think there's bullet drop. Nope. Open fire. Muskets are going to be fun for PvP, quote me on it.
One enemy remaining.
3, 2,
Got this. I get this?
E rapaziada, tipo, rapaziada aí, velho.
All right, well, I guess that means. Oh, geez, what the heck? Wait, this rock. Uh-oh. You guys, I think we found a pretty bad bug. Oh no. I'm gonna find myself out. So I was just walking through, and a rock respawned, and I'm inside of it, and now I need to mine myself out of the rock.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
New world.
Flawless.
Esses caras falam aí, eu tava fudido.
Nossa senhora, se eu fosse da moral, tava fudido, velho.
O
bolado tem 1 milhão de maluco aqui, velho. Não tem o que fazer, tá ligado?
Onde que eu marquei, nós estamos em amarelo, só que estamos organizadinho, tá ligado?
Cara, eu não posso ficar em PT, velho, porque eu não consigo...
Beleza.
Não consigo healar os outros, velho. Eu só healo quem tá na PT.
Nossa, mano. Ô, sério mesmo, velho. O que eu joguei aqui não tá escrito.
É Call of Duty, porra.
Os caras estão correndo agora.
É Call of Duty.
Tools? Duels and first bag slot. What does that mean?
Ciao.
Yoink. Are you Tim?
I just stole his fucking thing, bro. Hey, that's mine, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I did that. Oh, shoot. I still have to kill one. Damn it!
Spike down A.
Wall raised. Get out of my way.
Let's go, boys!
Down B.
Let's go! Fucking Everpool, lads! Come on! Come on!
One enemy remaining.
A nejhorší
Player
ještě je,
standing.
když jdeš prostě dolů po nějakém...
You say something? Sorry, ear's still ringing.
Z toho boku to vypadá ještě víc dementně, ty vole.
Corre gritando, corre, corre! Corre! Yeah! Vai voltar pra dentro da base, Raridade? Vai fazer a primeira vergonha do servidor, Raridade? Logo tu, Raridade! Logo tu, Raridade! Logo tu, Raridade! O primeiro, Raridade! Salve pro grande Raridade!
Correndo. Ó, correndo de base, olha lá. Correndo do seu disso, tá louco. Tomou-lhe. Tomou-lhe. Corre mesmo.
Spike down A.
Mas de PVP tem um negócio.
140,000 daily users in Albion? What the fuck?
I can't use that.
Interesting.
Reloading.
This guy's getting killed. I'm gonna save him. There you go, buddy pal. I got you. I got you, buddy. Relax.
One enemy remaining.
I got you.
Stim beacon down.
So when you're bleeding, there's like a little red effect that comes on it. He meant 140 daily users. Of course he did. Steam says 9K, but don't you have
Last
your own
round
launcher?
in the half.
Halftime.
No.
Don't save a thing.
Or how many people go through the Albion launcher?
What do you need?
I've got cash. Anyone need something?
What do you need?
I got this one, man. Relax.
They're not flagged. Like I said, I think the only streamers who are whitelisted today are the people who have the drops enabled and have, you know, they're like on the servers for the campaign, I think, so. Oh, look at all the people claiming their golden raid skin, baby. There you go. Yeah. Hammers up in chat. Hey, Ty, see you later. Gotta go now. Holy Jesus.
Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade. Placing sentry.
Yo, can someone clip that? Because that's amazing. Team Marauders represent. Later, losers. Oh my God.
You should run. Initiated.
So guys, get ready. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna ride out there together, and we're gonna shoot anybody that we see, especially the yellow ones. Yes. Oh yes, dude.
Yo, please go Covenant, boys. If you're watching this on the Olympus server, please go Covenant. I'm gonna get fucked in the ass, dude. I'm gonna get absolutely rolled, dude. Please go Covenant.
Oh man, dude. We're sailing off on an adventure.
Remaining. 30 seconds left.
We're going to war.
I am a mountain.
Look at that, dude.
Switching sides.
Look at that, dude.
Remember.
Shit's falling over. Dude, imagine being like sailing around in those days. Bro, that would suck. That would actually suck so much fucking dick. I would be pissed off. Wait, what? Oh my God, this is me. Damn, bro. All right, y'all gotta make my character. All right. What's my skin color? I actually like this one. I think this is good. So it can go, it's basically black to white. Everything makes sense. Let's go with like maybe, I think this is decent enough for me. And then face, let's go over to face. We're gonna look at face. Which one looks a lot like me? That's not, I mean, that one looks kind of cool, but it doesn't really look that much like me. Not the old guy. This one looks kind of weird. This one looks like, bro, this guy looks like a fucking MMA fighter. And yeah, we're just gonna go with this one here. All right, hairstyle. Let's see what the hairstyle is. God damn. He's got a whole lot of fucking hair.
Here.
Oh, dude, that's the hair. Wait, isn't that the hair that I had on my first character? I'm like, oh, I know this. Wait, what's...
spotted B.
Oh my God.
Spike planted.
What the? That looks good, dude. Bro, I look majestic. I look fucking majestic. Oh my. Okay, no, we're not doing that. Can I speak to the manager? I kind of like this. Just like George Washington haircut. We might go with... Oh my fucking God. There is no way we're going for this one. And that's just fucking ferocious. We're not gonna go with that. This is kind of good. I mean, that's all right. But I feel like, bro, if we're gonna go, we're gonna do this one right here. All right, let's see here. Facial hair. What do I have? Because I gotta change facial hair, and then maybe another hairstyle would look better. Okay.
Last player
so there's
standing.
the big beard right there. Okay. Small beard. This one's not really like mine. This
One
one's
enemy
kind of like
remaining.
mine. Okay,
Clutch.
and
Out of charges.
what about this one here? Oh my God. That one looks kind of cool, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like this one, there's a vibe to this. You know what I mean? Like, there's a fucking vibe to this. Like this big dick Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have here?
Spike is here.
We're waiting on these here. And I think that I go with this one. Okay, scars. This is what's important. Right here. Okay, all right, we could go with that. Oh, bro, I have to decide which one it's gonna be. I like that one. Yeah, bro, I like this. I think this one's badass. All right, let's see here. The tattoos. Oh, that would look cool. Wait, what if it's like... Oh, that's kind of badass. All right, that is just so fucking... What's that, dude? Oh my God. All right, that's... Nah, bro. I might go with this. Let me see. What if I make the face, like the body, skin tone, like a little bit darker? Oh, bro, that looks badass. Like, let me see here. Oh, dude. Oh, man, that's so cool, man. Orange, man? All right, y'all really don't like that? What if I go back to this? I do look like... Bro, I look like a Chad. Like, let's be honest. Like, this one, dude, I look so good, this makes me want to grow my beard out. Like, let's fucking be real, dude. All right, here we go. And let's load in right now. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, that's so cool. It just immediately fucking puts you in the game. You put your ass in the game right there. It's a rock bracket. All right, so let's see how this works. All right, I can pick up Flint. Okay, I've got 3. Hey. That one's mine. Okay, so wait, what's sprint? Yeah, is there sprint in the game? It's automatic. Oh, it's auto sprint. Okay, that's fine. What's this here?
Reloading.
Talk to tier fade.
Well, you don't look like one of the town. There's life in you yet.
True.
Aboard the ship during that storm, were you? You're fortunate.
Jets grounded.
Hey, Turnham, is that where we're at?
Reloading.
But leaving is difficult.
Stim beacon here.
Not impossible.
Exactly. That means that he's addicted to the game.
Smoke's down.
Here.
I'm Zach Ron.
One enemy remaining.
Ah, shit, he doesn't say my name.
Last player standing.
Last enemy taken out.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I bet they fucking do. Okay, let's complete the quest right here.
They look like
Oh,
us.
damn, that's badass. Look at that.
Questions.
Was caused by an unnatural force known here as corruption.
Their plot device.
It encircles the island, smashing ships and leaving the crew either dead or worse.
Shit. That's not good.
Ah, well, you see, you seem to have died and been resurrected. It appears the rest of your crew came back without their souls.
Yeah.
They wander the beach now as the rest is drowned.
So I have to kill my own crewmates.
Yes.
Enemy spotted here.
Wow. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. So I get my my pants right here, and I'm level 2. So what do I do whenever I'm level 2? So do I want to do strength or dexterity? I'm gonna go in on strength. All right. Yeah. Let's do that for now, and I'll swap back and forth later on because I do want to try it out. There's new weapons and everything, and we'll have the experience. Okay, guys. Yeah. Go big dick. Exactly. Oh, this is the map. Oh wow. Wait. Oh yeah. That's where these. Remember these?
Variable.
One enemy
Azog staff
remaining.
tier 3. Dude, I love this area right here. Morningdale was so badass. There's got to be a setting for that. Well, let's not worry about it. Let's just play the game. Okay, so this guy's dead. Nice. And I'm getting straight sword mastery for that. So I'm leveling up my skill. Okay, let's get on this guy here. Right here. Nice. Perfect. Okay, we're good, guys.
No.
All right,
No.
complete the quest.
I hope that wasn't
No.
too difficult.
No.
Some have trouble confronting the soulless ones. They're a reminder of the fate that could await us all on this island.
Shit. Yes. I did not bring any rations with me. If you can provide yourself, gather flint and wood and fashion
Ignite
yourself a
this place,
skinning
please.
knife for starters. Where do I find flint and wood?
Easy
No.
enough to gather from bushes around here. Flint, those are rocks on the beach that
Okay.
everyone trips over. Beacon here. Gather some of each.
I can do that. All right, let's do that. Here we go. Game looks great. Yeah, it's really good. Big black boar. Let's kill this thing. Damn.
Launching smoke.
Okay, that thing got destroyed. All right, so now what do I do? And I have to. Oh, I loot the bushes for wood, right? Yeah. I'm looting bushes for wood. Let's craft the skinning knife. Here we go. E-craft. Holy shit. And I have to make a skinning knife. There it is. Craft. And let's make this one right here.
Turn out.
One enemy remaining.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. All right, so let's go ahead and exit the station. And now we have to make a... Actually, let me make sure I don't have to make something else afterwards.
Well done, my friend.
Stress
Okay.
if I die.
May not
It
be
was
a handsome
great knowing
implement,
you all.
but it will get the
Spike
job
is
done.
here.
Next, you will want
Reloading.
to go on a little boar hunt.
Okay, so I want to fuck the boar hunts.
You've been at sale for some time. How does a boar steak sound?
Okay.
Take down one of the boars in the brush behind me and put your new knife to the test. Then cook yourself a little campfire feast.
Okay.
Careful.
it.
Those
That's my
boars
job.
can put up quite a fight. I can assure you that
Bitch,
this
what
is
the
a
fuck?
fine meal,
You think I can't handle a motherfucking boar? This guy thinks I can't handle a motherfucking boar. All right, let's go. I'm a pop off right now. Let's go. I'm heading over there. So look at the world, right? The world looks great. It's like a whole new world.
Placing sentry.
You know, oh, there's one right there. Okay, let me get on this board.
Placing alarm bomb.
All right.
Placing swarm grenade.
Oh, that's good, dude. And I'm gonna skin the boar right now. Oh. Damn, bro, this is
One
savage.
enemy remaining.
Yeah, it takes too long. Well, no, it doesn't. Here's why I don't think that it takes too long. Because the reason why it takes a long time is because it gives you a reason to level up your skill. And the more that you level up your skill, the faster it is. You see what I'm saying?
Point.
Yeah, I'm level 1. It's a level 1 knife, man. I think that makes sense. Okay, let's go turn this back in.
No.
All right, let's put the light ration. Recover 40 health per second for 20 seconds. Hello. Let's craft one of these.
Reloading.
Oh, I get experience for crafting? Wait, what the fuck? Really? Holy shit, so I get 20 for that?
Need a drop.
No way.
Cool. That's how you survive. Thank you.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, let's go back and turn this in.
Nicely done.
Cutting their vision.
They seem simple enough, but both boar
I like the
hunting
UI
and
a lot.
preparing
Yeah,
your
me
own
too.
food are important skills to have here in Atlantis.
Okay, great. Fuck yeah. Now I gotta do a shirt too.
Spike down B.
Not the hospitable place.
I got this fight.
What do we gotta do? The bow.
By corruption on this day.
The bow.
The Windsworth settlement keeps track of all wrecks on
Okay.
the shore.
That's what you like to
was
see.
hoping you could help
Wrong
collect
buddy out.
from whatever remains.
Alright, let's do it. Let's go to work. All right, let's go back over this way. And they should be, okay, they're right over there. Holding a stick. Oh, let me actually put on my gear. Oh, damn, I look way better now. Holy shit.
Turn out.
Bro, I look like I'm an extra in the Patriot. Okay, let's kill this guy here.
Initiated.
Okay, got it. Fuck yeah. Wait, how the, oh yeah. Don't I have to just press, I can climb. That's right, I forgot all about that. All right, looting the supply crate. What's in the supply crate? I got 5 iron cartridge. Oh, look at this. Holy shit. Supply stockpile. God damn. Okay, what's this?
Placing swarm grenade.
I got it. Oh, I got a spear.
One enemy remaining.
Wait a second. Let me try my spear. Wait, never mind. I just got
Attackers
this.
win.
Okay, so we'll go strength, obviously full strength, of course, and then weapon mastery. Let's go ahead and change this, and we want to go with sword critical strike chance is 10%. Okay, we're obviously gonna go with crit chance. That's fucking insane. So yeah, let's go with that. And all right, I'm gonna try to put on my my spear here. Okay. Oh wow. Damn. 53? Bro, this sucks. Bro, this is some dog shit ass, man. And damn. Dude, these supply stockpiles, I used to get so excited whenever I saw these. So how far can I zoom out? Plate gauntlets and plate helmet. Wait a second. Is this big dick? I'm pretty sure this is big dick. Yep. That's what it's... Hey! 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 Don't you do it! Don't you do it! Don't you do it! Don't... Hey! Okay, I gotta kill this guy. Drawn quartermaster. That was me, dude. That was me. I saved you, man. I saved your ass. There we go. Fuck yeah. All right, so we get this done. And let's go back over and turn this in. ESO 2.0. No, I've got to show you guys the way the bows work, man. I don't know if it works the same as it did before, but dude, bow gameplay was actually... it was really, really fun, man. Oh, it says retreating because they're resetting. That's so cool. So they actually made resetting a feature in the game rather than it just being like, okay, it's just like a default feature where they're just resetting their natural location. That's cool. Press X? Sure. Oh, you know what? I think that did make me run faster. Thanks.
Ah, well done. These records serve as both an archive and a memorial of sorts. It's one way the people of Windsworth can still keep a connection to the old world.
Okay. Got him, dude. Dude, the animations are so clean.
The Lost are the least of a problem.
Uh-huh.
That storm was the worst I've ever seen. I fear some remnant of corruption remains in this area.
Let's get a little bit of RP in here.
A mystery for the ages, to be sure. Some claim to have the answer, but I remain skeptical.
It's a plot device in order to create enemies.
Hello. From the darkness within one's soul, or does it have a will and purpose of its own?
Amazon has created it in order to give us content. I understand it. It's totally okay.
We must try. If some poor wretch nearby has fallen to corruption, it will spread rapidly.
Yes.
Match found.
Corruption would likely be at the settlement walls within a matter of days. We cannot permit that.
I can hunt down the corruption.
I hoped you might volunteer. Though I have some misgivings about sending a new arrival. I suspect the corruption may be lingering in a nearby sea cave. Check there, but be cautious.
Okay, let's get the let's do the sea cave here. Boys. Should I get the axe right now? All right, yeah. All right, let's do the axe. And we will craft ourselves a logging axe. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Okay, let's go. And then let's also get a harvesting sickle. Let's pick this up as well. I want to get all the tools. Yeah, let's get all the tools. Continue to craft. Okay, let's get a mining pick as well. Got it. Big dick mining pick, by the way. Got it. All right, guys, are you ready? Boys, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning, boys.
Select
all right,
your agent.
so let's see here. Oh, look at this. This is the corruption right here.
Literally.
Okay, I'm trying to get an idea. 40 damage. You son of a bitch! Hey! All right, we're getting axe out. Okay, wait, come here. Where are you going? What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, there we go. We're good. Axe. Wait, was that 80 damage? Holy shit. Did I get an axe? No, I didn't get an axe. What do you mean? Okay, let me shoot this guy here. And so what happens is if you hit them in the head in this game, they actually take more damage. This guy apparently didn't know that I hit him, but that's okay. It's fine. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put K here. And sword and shield. Now, what do I get? Reverse stab. And then mobility. Move 30% faster. Leap. Oh, that's big dick. Okay, let's go with that 100%. Amazon, listen. I honestly think, and I'll be honest, I'm stealing this joke from Desmond Fitzgerald. I honestly think that Amazon and they were meant for each other. Because I know people at Amazon might not like me saying this. Because both of them have the PM bottles. Got it?
My ultimate
Got him?
is not
Okay,
ready.
he's dead. Nice.
My
All right,
ultimate
good.
is not ready.
And we'll go back around here. No, you don't. Clown Red has reached level 2. Enemy spotted me. Okay. Damn. Damn, bro. Who's Isabel, by the way? It's just some random person that invited me.
Well, now.
Last player standing.
Quite capable this day. To face down corruption and survive without falling to corruption oneself is quite a feat.
I will And I want to pull that up, and I want to talk a little bit about New World, because obviously New World has been a it's been something I've been playing a lot recently. I've been getting into a lot recently, and I do want to talk a little bit about it. Some of the shit in New World, I'm going to be completely real with you guys, is not fucking ready for a next month release. It is so dysfunctional. It is so laggy. It is so broken. It is not ready. And I don't know what they're going to do. Because to be honest, I feel like a lot of the core issues with the game have not gotten fixed.
Okay, so New World closed beta has been out for a couple of days now. I made a video before it came out, and I said specifically, I'm not going to play a lot of the New World closed beta because I'm going to burn myself out if I do. And the game launches on the 31st of August, so I don't want to like put in a bunch of hours. And then the game comes out, and I'm like, you know, do I want to do that grind again? Do I want to spend that, 100 or so hours doing the same things I did just recently, like less than a month ago? This game, unfortunately, just makes me want to play it. So I put in 25 hours in the 2 days that I played because I didn't play.
25 hours. Oh my god. What a fucking casual. Look at this. 182 hours. I have put in total into New World probably almost 40 hours already.
Yesterday, because I was in bed most of the day feeling pretty bad. So I didn't get to play yesterday, but in the 2 days I did get to play, I played way more hours than I should have done. I wasn't working. I was hardly sleeping, and the game grabbed me, and I can quantify why it did. And the reason that it did is kind of sad, and it's a sad indictment of the MMO genre. New World feels like an MMO.
It does, because
and that shouldn't be something we should be saying about a game. That should be baseline. But I'm sorry, it just is. It's one of those things. These games usually come out and they're masquerading as MMORPGs. They remove...
That's why I like playing on streamer servers, because everybody's there, everybody's hanging out, everybody's like just there together. I think that's fucking awesome, man.
So many of the social features, they make you focus mostly on solo gameplay, and they work to an extent, and you can appreciate them for being something else. But in the true sense of feeling like you're part of a world and part of a community, and you can truly go and do things with people and feel rewarded for that and feel like there's these social ties and things like that. Not a lot of these games do that well, and New World just does.
It does.
I'll say why for me it does. Trading is a big one. I'm fucking sick of these MMOs just removing a core social feature for some...
The reason why they get rid of trading is that they don't want to have to deal with bots. It's actually very simple. Well, you can't sell gold if you can't trade gold. Problem solved. That's what it is. That's what, no, really, that's what, I'm not kidding. Like, and honestly, like on my server, I'm going to say like New World, I'll show y'all later on.
30 seconds left.
This shit is fucked. Like you can't, especially people can't trade me stuff. This drastically reduced my enjoyment of the game, okay? Like in Windsward, on my server, you literally cannot do a trade. You cannot trade an item to another player because it just won't work. You click confirm and it's like, well, now what? Clutch. Nothing. And so imagine what it's like now in the beta. This is the beta for the game. So imagine launch. There is going to be way more people playing. Way more fucking people playing. This is going to be an even bigger issue. And it comes out in a month.
About RMT. Responsibility from themselves as developers. Like, that's admitting one thing. We're just either too lazy or too incompetent to fix this problem or police it adequately. So we're just going to remove game features. And that's a symptom of the issue of game design for a long time now. And also add on to that, I don't even think that's really the reason. I think if you really read into that, most of the games that remove trade-in sell their own currency in the cash shop, which means that all they're doing is removing the competition of RMT. And a lot of people come out and say like, oh, you know, removing trading's good because then it means RMT's not going to flourish. But then they ignore the fact that the game is...
Well, as if you cannot, as if there's a reality where you cannot possibly, could an individual ever imagine to endeavor towards the goal of potentially removing the people who break the terms of service from the game? Could you imagine removing the people and hiring people in a, and it feels good to say it, $1 trillion company?
Selling their own currency in the cash shop anyway. And if you look at it from a logical position, how many people are going to be affected by RMT versus how many people are going to be affected by if it's legal to buy? Obviously, way less, right? If it's RMT and you're getting banned for it and they're banning sellers and things, people are going to think, is it really worth the risk to risk my whole account to buy some of that currency? Whereas if the company sells it, everybody does it, so it affects way more people and it's way worse for the game.
It does.
I think that's objectively fair to say. And New World, thankfully, Amazon Game Studios, thank you guys. You've actually left trading in there. Fantastic.
Asher, can you buy me?
It shouldn't be something that we have to go so in depth on saying like, oh, this is such a big deal. But frankly, it's a pathetic state of the MMO genre that we do have to. And
yeah, we're going real backwards. Okay, I'm gonna say that. More like a multi-dollar company. Yes, they have multiples of multi-dollars. And like, what upsets me about this, right? Here's why I'm upset about this situation, is because I like it. I don't know, can you tell? Between the two betas, I put 182 hours.
Let me heal you.
And I don't want them to fuck.
I hit raise.
That, like the additional social you can just go anywhere in the world and do anything at any time with anybody. Besides from the instance content maybe, which of course there's not that much of it yet. You focus on the open world and being able to just go do stuff with your friends and to just go do stuff, speak to people with the VoIP, the proximity chat. It just feels good, man. It just feels good. It feels like a social experience, which is what an MMO is designed to be. And yeah, I don't feel like these are things we should really have to praise, but it is an indictment of the genre that we do.
Thank God you're not shitting on the floor now. That's where we're at with MMOs. Thank you for not shitting on the floor again.
Have to, and this stuff, it just draws you into the world, and it makes the game feel much better. Now, in terms of like the mechanics of playing the game, I've been one of the biggest critics of this game over time, and I believe that most of my positions have been vindicated. The only one that I really think hasn't been vindicated yet is the cash shop, and we'll go over that a little bit in this video as well, and how I feel about what's going on right now with the game design and how that's going to play into it. But just in general, most of the things that I complained about when they were trying to release the game in early 2020, which hopefully most people can admit I was fucking bang on right about this, they've addressed almost everything that I was talking about in those videos. They didn't have a direction before. They have a clear direction now. They didn't have content before. They have content. It's light, but it's less of a concern because they proved to us that within a year, they can add so much to the game and change the game so drastically that it's just a much better experience in pretty much every single way. So all that is like a lesser concern, the content stuff, that can come in time. What you should be looking at right now, because a lot of MMOs launch content live, 120. Is how the core foundational elements play in together, how the game feels to play, things like that. And the content can come and will come. And so that's
I think that the core movement and attack patterns is just horseshit. Trying to have dodge-based rolls in a game with latency doesn't work. You have these dogs that, like,
Astra,
basically, they move like, you know how they have
Astra,
motion
please,
tracking for, like,
that
these
I
really,
said
really
because,
popular games? Like in God of War, they have motion tracking for, like, you know, Kratos
me,
and shit.
please.
The way they do motion tracking for New World as if they literally hired a crack.
I'll make it worth it.
And they put the motion trackers on them, and they said,
I'll get
go
an ace.
have fun.
I'll ace.
If they took a deer on crack and cocaine at the same time, and they said, there we go, let's track how this thing moves. That is the exact type of movement that deer have in New World. It is erratic. It is not consistent. It is completely different speeds at different times randomly. They make random turns for no reason. It's dysfunctional. Like, this is the way. I'm just going to give you one little fucking get. Here, I'm going to explain. Here's the main story quest for New World, okay? All right, you start
Spike
here.
down B.
You should run.
Yo, what up?
One enemy
I got
remaining.
the quest done? All right, cool.
Low, they're low.
Okay, I'll go
130,
there.
130.
Oh, there's a mob I have to kill.
Down. Spike
Wait,
down B.
It didn't respawn. Oh my god. And
They're
there's
low.
three of them?
Go. They're so
I have
low.
to wait 4
One
hours
tap.
for one
He's ready to red mark.
Last player standing.
You got this, Astra. I believe in you.
You throw this too bad, bro.
30
This is why
seconds
you buy
left.
Me. This is why you buy me.
And this is sped up, by the way. I turn in a quest. Okay, I have to kill one thing. I go over there.
Weapon here. Weapon here.
Oh, wait. I only hit it once. You need to hit it twice to tag it. I didn't get credit. I gotta do it again.
I need this. Eyes up.
It's horse shit. It needs to get fixed. It's horse shit. Like, they've actually devolved some systems in the game from last year.
A massive concern for me, but they have added a bunch of content. There are a bunch of dungeons and stuff. I've not done any of the dungeons yet, other than the one I did in the event that they allowed me to play in, and that was a little bit lackluster. And all the dungeons are designed in the same way: two boss, which I would like to see a little bit different. I want to see expansive, big dungeons, things like vanilla World of Warcraft, like Black Rock Depth, stuff like that. I want to see that stuff because that's one of the biggest, best things about this game is the design of it, the graphics, just how it looks, how you feel when you fit into these environments in your character and things. The aesthetic of it all, I just think it's really good. And one of the best things about this is obviously the world of New World. I don't really have a bad word to say about it, other than the traveling.
Rotate.
This is like a double-edged sword and something that fits into the monetization and really jars me in a way while I'm playing the game, because it's like the world being such a good thing about New World, and you being in it and existing in the world is great, and traversing the world. One of my favorite things about this game is that I can log on and I can say, I'm going to go do that quest over there in that zone, and I'm going to start running. And before I get there, I'm probably going to see something, and I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to go check that out. Oh, what's that over there? Oh,
yeah,
there's
you'll
some
want to
iron
go
over here.
and
Oh,
take
there's more iron
detours.
over there. Now I'm going to go refine it. Now I'm going to go make some armor. Now I'm going to go make some new weapons. And 2 hours later, I could be nowhere closer to doing what I set out to do. But it's not obtrusive. It's not like I feel like I wasted my time, because it's all contributing to the progression of my character. Crafting feels good because I get better things to use. And my skills are going up, which means I'm going to be able to craft more better things later on. Feels like at all times during the game, you can just choose a gear. Am I in first? Do I just want to chill? Do I want to just go chop some trees and half AFK and fuck around? Or do I want to, go into fifth and turn PvP on and go and, get my ass beat? It really feels like it rewards you for just doing what you want to do and just exploring and feeling the game out.
I think that's great.
But the problem is with that, it feels that way now, but you're really going to want to run on foot like 5 zones over in 100, 200, 300, 400 hours of playtime when you've done the things in the world and you've maxed your skills and you're like, I don't need to do this stuff anymore. Probably not, right? You're probably going to want to travel faster. And this is where mounts usually
throw
come
your
in,
bag.
right? Because
Yeah.
mounts would allow you to circumvent the world, the navigation a little bit, but still keep you in the world, and so other players could see you. And that's a big thing MMOs do badly, by the way. If you look at, say, World of Warcraft, where it used to be a major focus of being in the world, and you'd go into a zone and you'd see a bunch of people because the leveling experience mattered, and there was reasons to be in those zones and out in that world.
Player standing.
And then later on in the
30
game,
seconds left.
you could level boost. You could dungeon crawl the whole way. You could just not be in the world. There was so many shards and things like that that you'd go into these zones and they were dead, and there was no reason to be there. Like, you're gonna be going and gathering like life root or whatever the fuck it was, like back in Elven Forest or something, when you're a max level character. Probably not. So you're not going to see people. And some games get around this with horizontal progression, like Elder Scrolls Online, where every zone scales to you, or you scale to every zone. So basically you can be there regardless of your level, and it makes it look like the world is populated, which is a decent way to do it, but not a big fan of horizontal progression. With New World, you can definitely tell that people are going to elect not to be in the world later on due to the existence of fast travel, right? Like, if you've got a choice between, I've already been through all these zones, I've seen everything, I don't need to gather any of this stuff, and I need to go from point A to point B, I'm going to fast travel. And it circumvents the world. And this is an issue not only because of fast travel not fitting into the overall feeling of the game, but because that's going to be monetized. And they've said as much. They said that they are planning to, or considering selling fast travel. Now, then, when you look at the game,
I really hope they don't sell fast travel. If they sell fast travel, the game is going to be in a very bad state. Pay to teleport? Yeah, you use this bullshit resource to teleport, and it's just like what they need to do, because movement in the game is too slow. Like, traversing from one place to another is too slow. Here's what I think they should do. You have a stamina bar in New World. I think that you should be able to, the same as you can in any almost other game. You run as you deplete your stamina bar, and then you stop running, or you sprint, and then you go back to a run after your stamina bar is over. You don't need mounts. I actually don't think the game needs mounts. I don't. I think it would make the game too small. I genuinely believe that. Unless they make the scope of the game much larger. I think that the game is designed at its very core to not be intended for mounts.
People are going to buy this thing, and logically being consistent, if it's in the shop and there's design around it within the game, it's there for a reason. They're not putting it in there because they believe nobody's going to sell it. And obviously this is a concern for later down the line, but I just think, like, you can spot in game design wise that sometimes you feel like you can kind of see this for what it is, which is a problem. It's not the biggest problem in the world, but I did think it was worth mentioning. My main problems with the game is like the elevation based combat. Like, if you played Valheim, this was a big problem in that game. If you're on middle level and something's below or above you very, very slightly, you'll swing, you'll use an ability, and it will just completely miss. It'll go through the hitbox, it'll not do fuck all. And it feels like that's going to feel bad, man, in PvP. Like, if somebody's slightly above or below you, and then you use a skill and it goes on cooldown for 20 seconds or whatever, but they don't use a skill and then they get on top of you and they use their skills. It's a recipe for, you know, just feeling hard done to by the game, not being as crisp as it should be in that regard, which is something that needs addressing. As well as, you guys have probably noticed this, because everyone can tag a mob by hitting it. Everybody does. Which means that if there's one person stood next to a creature attacking it, and 2 or 3 people come up to hit it, they all just start like swinging into each other's hitboxes, and it just starts going like janky with the animations and fucking like rubber bandy, which obviously doesn't look or feel good in any kind of way. And the other thing being that the crafting in the game is fucking great. The crafting's great, but the problem is that items don't leave the economy. So you craft something amazing once you get to like 200 skill, and you craft something really good. It's like your best in slot or whatever. You then have no need for crafters until new content comes out, which is, I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know specifically what they could do here, because usually the balance for this would be to have items leave the economy via durability or something breaking. But the developers clearly don't want you to lose things. They don't want you to experience loss. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know really what they should do with that. I have no idea. But what I do think is that they do have a way to remove items from the economy with like the community board where you can turn things in and get experience. So there's always a reason to have different items and to turn them in. I think that's a big positive. Consumables, yeah, sharpening stones, etc. But what he's saying is like end game good items, because once somebody gets enough of those hatchets or whatever, like the scarcity of them becomes so little that everybody just has the best gear in the game,
my God!
basically, and there's no real sense of chase anymore. Like there has to be those chase items. Like Path of Exile does this really well with having things like Headhunter, etc. that take you a very long time to get. And if MMOs don't have that, they lose their feel and they lose their vibe very quickly. It's kind of like how like in classic WoW or like Burning Crusade, especially. Classic WoW had a few legendaries. It took a long time. But like with Burning Crusade, you were able to just get all of the gear. There was nothing that you had to work towards. You didn't have to work towards anything. You just got the gear and you completed the raid and that was it. Like there's nothing like that. It's like an ongoing endeavor in the same way that like even Thunder Fury kind of was.
So I'm not sure what they can do, but it would be a real shame for crafting to feel and be so good and then not be very prevalent in the late game once people have already got the things that they want. But that's the thing that most MMOs have, theme park MMOs in particular. So it's probably not the biggest concern in the world, but most MMOs don't really have good crafting, and New World does, which is why I'm kind of bothered by it. Yeah. But aside from that, like most of the things that I thought they needed to do to the game, they've done. Oh, optimization. Optimization we have to talk about. It's just not that good. With a really good computer, I'm not getting the best performance in high graphics with 1440p. And
yeah, if you play New World the 1390 or 3090, you need a new graphics card. That's basically what happens. But yeah, obviously the game is very ambitious graphics-wise, especially for like an open world game with like MMO combat and seeing players around, etc. So yeah, it's kind of hard to run for a lot of PCs.
But then when you get into a town and there's like 100 people in there and you've got 40 FPS, or if you got into a war and there's 100 people and you're at like 30, 40 FPS, which I assume that's what it's going to be like. That's not ideal. I know it's obviously a demanding game. It looks good, and there's going to be obviously problems with any game running 100 people together doing things. But hopefully they do manage to improve that a little bit. And yeah, I don't want people to feel like I'm banging on New World for no reason. I know most people won't do, but there are vocal sect of people that are like, specifically the New World community, that feels like for some reason I dislike this game and want it to fail and hate New World, which is completely false. There's no reason, there's no logical reason why I'd want a game to fail. I like New World. I've always liked the idea of New World, and I want the game to do well, which is why I voiced my criticisms and concerns, so that hopefully they listen. And I'm obviously not going to be able to take credit for them changing things. But like I said at the start of the video, most of the things that I had problems with, which I think was common sense problems like a year and a half ago, have been pretty much solved. They've solved pretty much everything I had issue with. And I don't know if they listen to the videos. I know a lot of the issues are things many people have brought up over time. But I have to believe that bringing up things that I think are problems are better to do, because they seem like they want to listen and they seem like they want to do the right thing and make the game as good as they can. So hopefully these are some things that are going to be addressed. And specifically, if I pick out of everything, the best thing about New World is the social elements and just being in the world and feeling like you're part of it. And the worst thing is probably the fast travel. I just don't like it. I wish there was mounts. I know they'd probably be hard to balance for PvP and stuff. Maybe there's a conversation to be had there about what you could do, what would be the best action going forward.
Definitely agree with that.
But that's how I feel about New World so far. I'm really enjoying the game. I don't want to not play it. When I was sick yesterday and I didn't want to get out of bed, there were times where I was like, I don't feel too bad right now. Maybe I could get up and play a little bit in New World. And I've not felt that way about an MMO in a long fucking time. So credit to them on that. The game feels good. It's not going to be for everybody. It shouldn't be for everybody, because if it was, it'd be fucking trash. It'd be boring. It'd be too baseline.
That is true.
One more thing I can talk about. I love the fact that this game is difficult. Like, this might seem like a bit of an elitist attitude or something, but different strokes for different folks. There's something out there for everybody. New World's not like Dark Souls, like I'm dying on every monster. These big bosses just smashing my ass all the time. But it's not Elder Scrolls Online. It's not Retail WoW. It's not Final Fantasy 14, where the content is designed to be like everybody can do it baseline, and you'd have to like go AFK for
I
multiple.
would disagree with this very strongly. I think that it is incredibly fucking easy. I think that New World is very, very fucking easy. Like, the abilities and the NPCs, like, I got fed loot. You are so dumb. On the first version of New World, the beginning of New World, we beat the last boss on our first try. And I think one person died. The problem with New World is there is no elite content. Like, WoW has elite content. They have Mythic rating and they have Mythic Plus. And with Final Fantasy, they have elite content with like Savage and Ultimate modes and Extreme and Unreal modes. But does New World have elite content? From everything that I've seen, I don't think it does. I would agree with Kira that the baseline for New World is probably higher than Final Fantasy XIV or for WoW with leveling.
One enemy
But
remaining.
that's comparing like a 0 to a 1 on a scale of 10. They're both incredibly easy. In New World, shit can fuck you up real quick. And that's something that just feels good because it feels like I'm constantly having to pay attention and actually play the game. Otherwise, I'm going to waste my resources. I'm going to waste my food that I don't want to use getting regen back. So it feels like you can play a little bit lazy when you've got much better gear and you're much higher level.
Yeah, you
but
can.
if you're doing anything current to
Especially
you,
if you have like heavy armor and shit.
you have to actually pay attention and play the game properly, which you don't really have to do in a lot of games nowadays in the MMO genre, unless you're doing like end game stuff or stuff that's designed to be hard. It just feels like the game's designed to be at least middle, like medium difficulty to hard by default all the time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching either way. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully some of you guys see where I'm coming from with some of this stuff, and I'm really looking forward to playing more New World. If you want to come check me out, Twitch link in the video description. Might be live tonight. You never know. Roll the dice. Check out my other social links. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those things. We're getting close to 100k subscribers. That'd be sick to get to.
Dude.
And
How about
yeah, thank
that?
you very much as always for the support. Appreciate you all. Stay safe out there. We're out. Peace.
I feel like there's a lot of people
They're coming,
that are coping. There's a lot of people in the chat that are coping about the fact that they're dying to different wolves and bears and stuff in New World by saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys are really coping on this. Yeah, listen, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing, man. It's the same people as Classic. Yeah. It's sad for me to say.
One enemy remaining.
Where is everyone hiding?
So I'm going to waste my food that I don't want to use in the video description. Might be live tonight. You never know. Roll the dice. Check out my other social links. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those things. We're getting close to 100k subscribers. That'd be sick to get to.
Dude.
And
How about
yeah, thank
that?
you very much as always for the support. Appreciate you all. Stay safe out there. We're out. Peace.
I feel like there's a lot of people in the chat that are coping. There's a lot of people in the chat that are coping about the fact that they're dying to different wolves and bears and stuff in New World by saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys are really
enjoying the game. I don't want to not play it. When I was sick yesterday and I didn't want to get out of bed, there were times where I was like, I don't feel too bad right now. Maybe I could get up and play a little bit in New World. And I've not felt that way about an MMO in a long fucking time. So credit to them on that. Game feels good. It's not going to be for everybody. It shouldn't be for everybody, because if it was, it'd be fucking trash. It'd be boring. It'd be too baseline.
That is
true. One more thing I can talk about. I love the fact that this game is difficult. Like, this might seem like a bit of an elitist attitude or something, but you know, different strokes for different folks. There's something out there for everybody. New World's not like Dark Souls, like I'm dying and every monster these big bosses just smashing my ass all the time. But it's not Elder Scrolls Online. It's not Retail WoW. It's not Final Fantasy 14, where the content is designed to be like everybody can do it baseline, and you'd have to like go AFK for
I would disagree with this very strongly. I think that it is incredibly fucking easy. I think that New World is very, very fucking easy. Like, the abilities and the NPCs, like, I got fed loot. You are so dumb. On the first version of New World, the beginning of New World, we beat the last boss on our first try. And I think one person died. The problem with New World is there is no elite content. Like, WoW has elite content. They have Mythic rating and they have Mythic Plus. And with Final Fantasy, they have elite content with like Savage and Ultimate modes and Extreme and Unreal modes. But does New World have elite content? From everything that I've seen, I don't think it does. I would agree with Kira that the baseline for New World is probably higher than Final Fantasy XIV or for WoW with leveling. But that's comparing like a 0 to a 1 on a scale of 10. They're both incredibly easy.
In New World, shit can fuck you up real quick, and that's something that feels good because it feels like I'm constantly having to pay attention and actually play the game. Otherwise, I'm going to waste my resources. I'm going to waste my food that I don't want to use to get in regen back. So it feels like you can play a little bit lazy when you've got much better gear and you're much higher level.
Yeah, you
but
can.
if you're doing anything current to
Especially
you,
if you have like heavy armor and shit.
you have to actually pay attention and play the game properly, which you don't really have to do in a lot of games nowadays in the MMO genre, unless you're doing like end game stuff or stuff that's designed to be hard. It just feels like the game's designed to be at least middle, like medium difficulty to hard by default all the time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching either way. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully some of you guys see where I'm coming from with some of this stuff, and I'm really looking forward to playing more New World. If you want to come check me out, Twitch link in the video description. Might be live tonight, you never know. Roll the dice. Check out my other social links. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those things. We're getting close to 100k subscribers. That'd be sick to get to. Dude. And yeah, thank you very much as always for the support. Appreciate you all. Stay safe out there. We're out. Peace.
I feel like there's a lot of people in the chat that are coping. There's a lot of people in the chat that are coping about the fact that they're dying to different wolves and bears and stuff in New World by saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys are really coping on this. Yeah, listen, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing, man. It's the same people as Classic. Yeah. It's sad for me to say.
I've got your trail. Pulling them in.
Spike down B.
Reloading.
You will not kill my ally.
Well, I never thought this day would come. Even as it is happening, I am still, goddammit, piece of shit. All right, guys. A lot of people have asked me to play this game. People have been asking and begging me to play this for months now. And I have been against it day and day and day and day over again. And the reason for that is just purely because of the fact that the theme of the game has always been slightly off-putting for me, I'll be honest. However, I'm willing to give it a chance. Wait, what's going on?
You must cultivate a sense of calm.
Wait, what? Wait, what is this? What the fuck? It just randomly plays. What the fuck is this? Oh, this is whenever all the dinosaurs went extinct.
Reloading.
You are powerless.
Player standing.
Nice try.
Don't start resting. There's still work to do.
factions. So they kind of got rid of the whole conquistador, you know, we're going through and exploring the new world type of thing, and they focused entirely on, here's this weird kind of mysterious island that we crash landed on, and there's all sorts of like magic and corruption and stuff that we need to discover. So moving away from the realism and moving a bit into more of a hybrid between realism mixed with kind of that dark magic. So the map itself is divided into 12 zones, and each of them can be claimed and captured by different factions. When a faction claims a territory, they will receive a special bonus that's faction-wide. We'll get into factions and those bonuses here in a little bit. Now, there are no mounts in the game. I know a lot of people were really looking forward to like horses and things like that. Those are not there. You will be running everywhere you go, so please get comfortable with running. And this is a fairly massive world, so you will be hoofing it pretty much everywhere. Now, there is a limited version of fast travel. You can either recall to your last inn, which is on a 1-hour cooldown timer, or you can use a currency known as Azov to fast travel to any settlement that you've been to. So that's it for kind of the general overview and the game section itself. Let's go ahead and move into questing. So when it comes to leveling up to 60, you can do it in a combination of ways. There are faction missions, town projects, side missions, and the main story quests. Now, the main story quests are spread out across your journey to 60, and they won't always be right after one another, so you will need to do some leveling in between them. And this is where those other sources of experience will come from. So you have faction missions. Now, faction missions are opened up at level 10 when you first choose a faction to join. Like I said, we'll dive deeper into those individual factions here in a little bit, but these are quick tasks that will ask the player to do some simple things. And they're split into two categories. You have PvE and PvP. For your PvE tasks, you'll need to kill a certain amount of enemies, collect a number of trinkets, clear an area. For
sure,
PvP,
I could buy you.
It's often traveling to another settlement, clearing an area, or gathering something. And you have to be opted into PvP for this, which is where the high risk, high reward comes from. Now, most of these are very quick to complete. They're very simple. It's just go kill 10 wolves, go gather 10 of these items. But these are often spread out and around the settlement that you pick them up in, so you'll be able to go out there, explore, gather some other things. And most of the time, the world is designed.
Alright, I'm sacrificing both of you.
You will be out there. You'll see a named boss. You'll see something happening, and it'll kind of pull you away from that. So these are quick to complete, but be aware you will get distracted. And once you complete these, they will reward you with experience as well as a faction currency that you can use to purchase faction-specific gear. Now, I personally like the look of the Covenant and the Syndicate, very kind of Plague Doctor and Witch Hunter looking. And then lastly, you have the Marauders, which are your soldiers. So another source of experience are the town projects, and these are found at the bulletin board near Town Hall. These are full of random tasks that are similar to faction quests, though these will contain things like crafting, gathering, and slaying, and you can complete these however you'd like to. If you have the money, you can really just go to the auction house and buy the crafted items or buy the materials and then quickly turn them in. At the end of the day, all that matters is you actually have the item in your inventory. And in terms of experience, this is the best way to level up outside of story missions. These are incredibly quick to complete, they give massive amounts of experience compared to faction missions, and they're constantly refreshing. And then we have side missions, and side missions can be found within each settlement. These are often linked to some form of side progression, whether it's leveling up your campsite or unlocking a new gear slot for your character. Then we have the main missions, and these main missions are your milestones within your leveling journey, and these will often come with some big unlock that's going to enhance your character. This can be a new weapon or gear slot, and like I mentioned earlier, these will be spread out as you level up, so you're going to need to do some grinding in between to help bridge them. So next, let's talk about gear. So when it comes to gear in New World, you're looking at a pretty standard arsenal. You have a slew of weapons to choose from that range in your typical kind of rainbow of rarities, from common to legendary. And as items become more rare, they gain more affixes and bonuses, which makes them more powerful. Now, don't expect anything crazy like you'd find in an isometric action RPG, right? This isn't Diablo or Path of Exile, but still, these affixes will be things like increasing all void damage or causing you to reduce cooldowns whenever you deal damage. And in terms of slots for your character, you have 2 weapon slots, 5 armor slots, which are your helm, body, legs, gloves, and feet, 3 accessory slots, 3 bag slots, and a shield slot. Now, one kind of pro tip here, take off your shield when you aren't using your sword. It adds extra weight, and it's going to push you into a heavier category, which affects your dodge roll and the bonus that you get from your weight category. So speaking of weight, when you wear armor, you have 3 different types to equip. You have light, medium, and heavy, and depending on how you mix these up, you're going going to settle into the light, medium, or
Spike
heavy
down,
weight
attacker
category.
spawn.
And these are going to determine your dodge and your
Astra
passive
maybe
bonuses.
ace. Astra
So if you
might
manage to
ace.
stick into the light category, you're going to have a further dodge. You're actually going to roll out of the way of things, and you're going to deal 20% increased
Astra,
damage.
is it safe for me to
One enemy remaining.
If you're in the medium
Okay, no, I'm
category,
not
you're
gonna
deal
don't steal the ace,
10%
don't steal the
increased
ace. Come on,
damage, and
let
your
Astra ace,
debuffs
let
will
Astra
last
ace.
10% longer, but your
Astra ace,
dodge
Astra
is
ace, come
only
on.
a short sidestep and not that roll. And if you're heavy, your dodge is a very
Let's
slow
go,
sidestep,
Defenders
but you
win.
have the highest damage mitigation, and your
barrel
block
of the
stability is
gun.
increased by 15%, and the debuffs you apply last 20% longer. So as you can see, I mean, depending on the role that you want, you're going to need to adjust your gear to match. Now, this isn't set in stone, right? If you want to be a DPS that wears all heavy armor, then absolutely go ahead. But you need to know what bonuses are there, and that's something to keep in mind. Now, let's talk about the other type of weight that you're going to have to keep an eye on. So outside of armor weight, you also have inventory weight for crafting materials, inventory weapons, etc. And you're going to quickly fill up that space once you get going in the game. Believe me, you will very quickly fill it up. And along the way, you're going to unlock new bag slots for duffel bags and cases, and these are going to increase your carrying capacity. Now, it's important to keep an eye on your inventory weight, because if you go over, you will become encumbered. You're going to move extremely slow, and it's going to cost way more resources to fast travel. And to avoid that whole encumbered situation, you can take advantage of the storage shed in each settlement. These are essentially your bank. They do have their own capacity, so you need to make sure to keep an eye on that as well. And another thing to note is that these are not linked. Each storage shed is completely separate from one another. So if you store something in Everfall, it will not be available in Monarch's Bluff. You'll need to load up and then fast travel to move things around. But these storage sheds have a massive weight capacity at first, so you can throw pretty much everything in there and then go back and organize if you need to. Next, let's talk about progression. So when it comes to progressing in New World, we talked about questing and leveling up to the level cap of 60. But what do you get when you level up? Well, each level will give you 3 attribute points to spend in a variety of categories to help define your character. Now, these are important because they will directly influence your combat effectiveness with weapon types. So these combat attributes are strength, which increases your damage with swords, axes, warhammers, and it slightly increases your damage with dexterity-based weapons. Then you have dexterity, which is the opposite side, right? Yin and yang. And this one is going to increase the damage of rapiers, muskets, bows, spears, and slightly increase strength-based weapons. And then we have intelligence, which increases the damage of your staves and your gauntlets. But intelligence also increases the effectiveness of any magical perks that your weapons might have, like dealing fire or void damage. So this will be a good stat to invest in if your weapon has a ton of those procs. Next up is focus, and this dictates your mana regeneration rate, but also increases your life staff effectiveness. So if you're someone who likes healing, focus is where you want to go. And then lastly is Constitution. This increases your overall health pool, so if you want more health, dump all your points into this one. Now, all of these can be reset freely up until level 20, so you can get a good idea of what each one does and how they kind of affect the weapons that you like to use. However, after level 20, it's going to cost gold each time, and it does increase every time you reset. So you need to be more cognizant about what you're going to do with those points. So let's go ahead and move into combat, which is really where these attributes are going to benefit you the most. So the core of the game revolves around the new combat system in New World, and the direction they went with is different from most other MMOs out there. Combat is an action-based system where you need to manage stamina to block, use light attacks, heavy attacks, and skills, because this is not a tab target game. So as you're going out and you're kind of engaging in combat with different enemies, it's important to be able to time their attacks and not just spam your attacks, because you're gonna be punished pretty quickly if you decide to do that. Now, don't get this confused, right? This is not a Dark Souls or some like crazy level of insanity where each fight feels like a boss battle and it takes forever, but it's definitely more interactive than World of Warcraft, where you can jump an enemy and nuke them down with a quick rotation. So just be cognizant that there is a little bit more engagement and interactivity to combat than those other games. So in between all of your light attacks and your heavy attacks are also your skills, and these are determined by your weapon type and what types of skills you chose to invest in with something called mastery points. We're going to get into these in just a moment, but first I want to talk about classes. So New World does feature a classless system where your class is defined by what type of armor and weapons you're using. So if you want to play a quick roguelike character, then wear light armor and use a hatchet or a rapier along with a bow. If you want to be the tank of the party, then wear heavy gear and use a sword and shield along with a great axe. You can easily swap between all of these weapons and become really kind of a dual threat. Now, there are tons of different ways to build your characters by equipping different gear for different strengths and weaknesses. And the nice thing is, New World offers a mastery system for weapons that gives players 2 skill trees per weapon to invest points into each time they level up their proficiency with that weapon type. And these trees are typically split into 2 playstyles. Some are split between PvP and PvE, others are split between dealing damage or healing, and you can split your points between these 2 trees or decide to go all in on one or the other. But at the end of the day, these will define how your character uses that weapon. And one plus here is that just like the combat attributes, you can reset these trees up until level 20, giving you enough time to experiment and find a pair that you really, really like. And right now in New World, there are 12 weapons that you have at your disposal. The Warhammer, the Great Axe, the Life Staff, the Fire Staff, the Sword, the Rapier, the Spear, the Hatchet or Throwing Axe, the Bow, the Musket, the Ice Gauntlet, and the Shield. And all of these can be paired up with any other weapon, so you can kind of not dual wield them, but equip 2 of them at one time. And the only thing that you cannot do that with is the shield. The shield is an offhand that can only be used with the sword, and unfortunately there is no dual wielding in New World at this time. Also, there are no daggers, halberds, pistols, or wands, but we do have some screenshots with a few of these where they're seen, so maybe they'll be coming in a later content update, but right now those 12 are the only ones that we have in the game, and there are very few magic weapons. And next I want to dive into one of the biggest pieces of New World, and that's the faction systems. These are a huge part of the game, and they're going to be the first major decision that you have to make at level 10. Now, don't get anxiety just because I said these are a major decision. You can switch this choice every 120 days, and you'll be able to move factions if you need to. However, this is still a huge choice because if you want to play with friends, you need to make sure that all of you pick the same faction. Otherwise, you're going to be opponents out in the world. You won't be able to enter the same forts. You'll be on different sides of a war, and that's going to be a problem, obviously. Now, there are 3 factions that you can choose from right now in New World. You have the Marauders, which are kind of the military-focused soldiers looking to dominate and control. You have the Covenant, which are the religious fanatics who do everything in the name of the light. And you have the Syndicate. The Syndicate are these secretive Illuminati-style faction that's all about subterfuge and deception. And the choice of a faction is huge because it's going to align you with that faction's efforts, like being able to take advantage of certain perks depending on what zone you control, or maybe a certain faction has strength in numbers and can easily win wars. These are all considerations to weigh in when choosing, especially if you're starting at the very beginning or if you come in extremely late. But honestly, a lot of people choose based on the look, and that's cool too. I mean, I know that I prefer Covenant and Syndicate over Marauders for that exact reason, but hey, it's personal preference, so pick the one that you most align with. Now, if you were to ask me what one of the most talked about features of New Worlds is besides factions, I would have crafting near the very top of my list. The crafting system that this game has come up with is just fantastic. It reminds me of old school RuneScape in a way. It's simple in the design, but it's deep in its execution and the range of things you can do. So for those people who are like me, who just, sometimes you just want to chill and kind of work on some trade skills like logging or mining, you can totally do that. I remember some great times when I was lobbying with some other players, just chatting about stuff, and I can totally see New World fishing hitting that same vibe. But anyway, so long story short, the gathering stuff is really laid back and fun to do, and the actual crafting portion is also very well laid out. So when you're creating items, you have all of your materials, but you can also add a special resource called Azoth to increase your chances of a higher rarity or crafting an item with a gem slot. And so you're probably asking, what type of trade skills are there? Well, in terms of gathering, you have mining, skinning, logging, fishing, and harvesting. Harvesting is for things like vegetables and hemp plants. Then in terms of refining, you have smelting, stone cutting, woodworking, tanning, and weaving. And then for the actual crafting portion, you have weaponsmithing, armoring, jewel crafting, engineering, arcana, cooking, and furnishing, which is furniture for your house. And yes, you can buy a house and it sets a fast travel location. They're expensive and you can kind of deck it out the way you want to. So as you level up all of these crafting skills, you're going to gain access to better and more powerful recipes. So it's important to, at the very least, at the very bare minimum, do the ones that benefit your playstyle. But keep in mind, there is no limit to these. You don't have to specialize in one or two like you do in World of Warcraft. You can work on as many of these trade skills as you would like, and you can only focus on these. If you want to be someone who's just a crafter for their primary existence, that's great. You can do that. So that's one cool thing I really like about this, and I feel like it hits a really good balance between approachability and depth. So let's move into the last two categories, and that is PvP and PvE game modes. So for PvP, when New World was first announced, it was touted as a survival PvP sandbox. And then people were like, we don't like that. So then it moved to a PvP-centric MMO, and people were like, we don't like that either. So now it's just a normal MMO with completely opt-in PvP, no more full loot or anything like that. And this means that if you have PvP turned off, you cannot fight other players, but you can also not be ganked and you can't be griefed. So some people like this, some people don't, but they did implement some PvP modes to help make up for it. So the first one is the kind of bare minimum, and that's duels. These are your classic 1v1 showdown that can be declared at any time between two players, even on the same faction. Then we have Outpost Rush. So Outpost Rush is the most recently announced mode, and this sends 40 players to an island to take part in a 20 versus 20 match to control 3 outposts, gather resources, craft siege weapons, and kill bosses on the map for special buffs. It does look pretty fun, but we'll have to see what it actually plays like once the beta is here. Next up, we have the big spotlight PvP mode, and that's War. So when a faction loses control over a territory, it's pushed into a contested state. At this point, other factions can declare war for that territory. And this is a 100 versus 100 battle that will have the faction who controls the territory defend their fort while the opposing faction tries to take it from them. If they're able to take it, then they will own that zone and also reap its benefits. If the losing faction wants to retake that territory they just lost, then they will need to push the territory back into a contested state and declare war themselves, repeating the process. And then they also have to win the war. And this is going to be a regular thing for guilds and factions vying over the best zone buffs, so these are going to happen all the time. Now, wars are also scheduled, so this is something you'll go actually sign up for, and it'll be like Thursday, 1 o'clock, we're going to war. So this is not a random thing, and you can plan around it. And lastly, we have good old-fashioned open world PvP that simply requires 2 players from opposing factions both be in PvP mode and then just run into each other out in the world and decide it's time to duke it out. So this is the one that you'll most likely see all of the time, anywhere and everywhere, for those people who really, really like to PvP. So that wraps up the PvP modes. Let's move into the PvE modes. So when it comes to PvE offerings, New World was incredibly scarce during its last open beta, so much so that the devs took it back into alpha status to correct it. Now, luckily, what they've come up with looks much better than what they had a year ago, so let's go ahead and go through it. So their most recent addition is their version of dungeons called Expeditions. These are 5-man instances where you tackle traditional dungeon content. You have trash mobs, bosses, loot to collect, and right now there are 6 of these available at launch. Amrine Temple, Garden of Genesis, Lazarus Instrumentality, Dynasty Shipyard, Shattered Obelisk, and The Depths. Besides Expeditions, they also have the single offering that they had last year, which is still available, and this is the arena where players faced off against a single high-level boss called the Spriggan. And while this was a neat idea, the fight was very boring and devolved into a simple kite and DPS encounter, and it just wasn't good. It was incredibly boring. But they decided to kind of zhuzh this up a little bit, make it better, and these arenas are still hidden out in the world. There are multiple of them, and players will need to go out and find a key which allows them to enter. Once you enter the arena, that key is consumed and the battle immediately begins. So do not enter unless you're ready with your team, you're fully buffed up, and things are looking good. These are balanced towards groups of 5, and once you kill this Spriggan or whichever kind of arena boss is there, you have a chance at a legendary piece of gear. The next PvE event takes place out in the open world, and these are corrupted breaches. And these are going to open up all across a zone over time, and as you leave them out there, they're going to go from a minor breach to a major breach. And these are going to be guarded by corrupted enemies who are stronger than your normal wolf or your drowned, and these enemies are also shrouded in a mist that will slowly decrease your corruption resistance, which means you either need to have a resistance potion handy or be able to kite them out of the mist to avoid taking extra damage. These are geared towards 5 players, but the minor ones you can do solo, and they typically start around level 20 to 25. The last PvE mode we're going to talk about is one that we heard a lot about early on, and then suddenly nothing else was said, and these are invasions. So invasions are scheduled events that will take place with 50 players defending a fort against corrupted enemies from those breaches we just talked about. Players will need to craft siege weapons, use strategy, and fortify their teammates to hold off the army of creatures that are trying to break down the doors. If the creatures manage to win, the territory suffers and loses upgrades such as crafting stations and fort protections. So throughout the invasion, you're going to be dealing with a variety of enemies who focus on certain tasks. First up, you have the grunts, and these are going to swarm and attempt to take down players. They're weak individually, but very strong in groups, kind of like zombies. Then you have the raiders. Now, the raiders are tough infantry who focus on taking down as many players as possible, and they're very, very good at melee combat. Snipers are going to form the back line and deal damage to players from a distance, attempting to soften those defenses so the raiders and grunts can easily pick off wounded players. Bombers are just like they sound. They have bombs strapped to their back, they run at structures, and they blow themselves up to help crumble your fort. Then you have brutes. These are massive beasts who are purely looking to destroy any structure, but will attack players if they pull enough aggro. Lastly are bosses. Each invasion will have some bosses that will spawn, and some are going to be focused on destroying structures, others are going to be focused on killing players, so these will need to be taken down immediately. Now, if players manage to survive the time limit, they'll win the battle, they'll keep all of their upgrades, and they'll earn experience, currency, and loot. So guys, that wraps this one up, the kind of ultimate massive starter guide, catch-up guide, however you want to call this thing, to New World. Hopefully there was some new stuff in there for you, and if you were out of the loop, I hope this helped really kind of catch you up. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions lately and all of the attention. I really appreciate it. And I plan to have much more New World content once beta hits. So if you want to stay up to date, learn some cool stuff, and really just keep up with all things New World, consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. But as always, thank you guys so much. This has been Vulcan, and I will talk to you next time.
By now, you've probably seen a lot of showcases of the special event we did showcasing the first expedition. During this expedition, and before it even began, I wanted to make sure that I gathered as much information as possible about the different changes and additions made to the game. And the first way I want to relay that is with my very own Ultimate Beginner's Weapon Guide. Now, I say beginners because I wasn't able to fully test each and every single weapon and build, but based off the very brief time I had with them in previous experience, I wanted to give you an overall gist of how these weapons would work, and what I would recommend. Before we get started, I just want to point out that the game still has over 2 months to go before beta begins, and as we've already seen, the patches to this game have been very capable of drastically changing just about everything as we know it. So that means that some of this information has a high chance of being outdated in the future, but I'll do my best to update it as we go along. In total, there's about 11 different weapons available in New World, with surely a lot more to come. Each one of them contains 2 different skill trees, and in this video, we'll be doing an overview of all the passives and skills available for each one. Just as a brief disclaimer, these opinions are all my own, and I will be making comparisons to my previous experience with the game. But make sure to use timestamps if you need to jump ahead, and let's go ahead and get started with my all-time favorite, the Sword and Shield. Now, Sword and Board is the only available combination in which you can equip a shield. Unfortunately, we do not have the ability to use a hatchet along with the shield. The weapon combinations like that have always been highly requested, along with dual wielding. Right now, Sword and Shield is the default tanking weapon for New World. It contains multiple damage reduction buffs, alongside the capability for self-heals and taunts. One important thing to note though, is that in a very recent patch, they introduced something known as Carnelian Gems. These can be socketed into your weapon to make various different skills capable of taunting a target. So not just the different skills on the sword would apply here, but I've seen Carnelian Gem compatible skills on weapons like the Rapier, the Hatchet, and surprisingly more. So what makes the Sword and Shield tick? Let's start with the passives. I'll go ahead and list them out before we go over the skills, and at the end we'll talk about my recommended combinations and the pros and cons for certain ones, along with other weapons that this one can combo pretty good with. So firstly, the sword scales off of strength and dexterity. Strength being the primary, with dexterity being the secondary. The two skill trees are named Swordmaster and Defender. The first skill tree, known as Swordmaster, focuses on DPS. The regular passives are Precision, Mobility, Opportunist, Confidence, Empowered Stab, Freeing Justice, Counterattack, Critical Precision, Achilles Heel, and Leadership for the ultimate. Now these passives are separate from the ones listed underneath skills, and I did that on purpose because I want to do it in an organized way. So for the Swordmaster skill tree, we have the skill known as Reverse Stab, a stab attack that deals 175% weapon damage. First passive is known as Unstoppable Stab, and second one is known as Tactician. Second skill is called Whirling Blade, deals 145% weapon damage to all foes within 2 meters. First passive for this is Opportunity, and the second passive is known as Tactical Strike. And then for the last skill, we have Leaping Strike. You jump 4 meters and deal 125% weapon damage. First passive is known as Final Strike, and second is Cowardly Punishment. Now for the second skill tree, this tree specializes in self buffs, crowd control, and tanking in general. For the regular passives, we have Sturdy Shield, Elemental Resistance, One with the Shield, Final Blow, Sturdy Grip, Defensive Training, Fortitude, Recuperation, High Grip, and Defensive Formation for the ultimate. On the skills side, we start with one of my personal favorites, Shield Bash. Deals 50% weapon damage and stuns foes in front of you for 2 seconds. You'll notice that this is also taunt gem compatible like we talked about earlier. But by default, the first passive is Intimidating Bash, with the second one being Concussive Bash. For the second skill in the tree, we have Shield Rush. First passive is known as Improved Rush, and second one known as Intimidating Rush. The skill itself allows you to rush forward 5 meters, knocking back foes and dealing 125% weapon damage. Last skill, which is also one of my favorites, is known as Final Stand. For 8 seconds, reduce all incoming damage by 30%, with the first passive called Final Countdown and the second is Restoration. This skill in particular is going to be the bread and butter of the longsword, and allow you to tank properly when it comes to just about any and all hostile encounters. For the basic attack, this is the light attack chain right here, consisting of a 3-part combo. And this is the heavy strike, which allows your character to thrust. As you can see, the animations have been changed compared to how they used to look, and it is still possible to cancel the light attack chain by incorporating heavy attacks between the second and third strike. For the pros and cons, the sword and shield tree is all around pretty good. It's primarily supposed to be used for tanking, so I would say it does the job pretty well. However, if I did have to think of any negatives, I am still sad that they changed the passives that were on the leaping strike. Because other than gap closing, I don't think this skill is as useful anymore, at least in PvE scenarios. For weapon combinations, I would most likely use this weapon alongside the hatchet, because the heal passive on Final Stand will allow you to get a constant stream of healing coming in from both this and the Berserk skill in the hatchet tree line. We'll talk about just how powerful the hatchet has become in just a second, but I would absolutely rank this weapon as the #1 choice to combine with the sword and shield. Past that, I would most likely use the Warhammer or Great Axe. Warhammer because despite its changes, it still has a lot of crowd control capabilities that would be useful for warriors in most situations, mostly PvP. Great Axe might still be a better alternative for PvE due to its whirlwind ability and Maelstrom that can keep mobs in one place. And lastly, for the skills and passives I would recommend, skill-wise I would take Final Stand just about always, followed by Shield Rush fully upgraded, and Shield Bash on the last one. If you have the Carnal Gem, you can make Final Stand do an AoE taunt every time you activate it, but because it has the default 45-second cooldown, Shield Bash might be a much more reliable taunt ability. For DPS situations, I would normally take other weapons, but if you do decide to DPS with the sword, I'd take Whirling Blade for the AoE and Ren debuff, then I'd take Reverse Stab fully upgraded for the DPS and cooldown reduction, and then I'd take Shield Rush for the Weaken debuff, the Gap Closer, and the Slow. Next up, time to talk about the Rapier. So the Rapier skills consist of 2 skill trees, Blood and Grace. The Rapier itself scales off Dexterity as a primary, and surprisingly, Intelligence as a secondary. And we'll talk about some interesting things you can do with Intelligence later in the video, but first let's dive into the rest. So with Blood, we have the following passives: Refreshing Strikes, Unerring, Heavy Puncture, On Guard, and Light's Edge. With the skills starting with Tondo, slash quickly so that it extends the reach of your blade. The strike deals direct damage but also applies a bleed that will deal 100% weapon damage over 12 seconds. And this can stack up to 3 times refreshing previous applications. First passive is Thirst for Blood, second one is And Again, and third one is Proper Spacing. Second skill we have is Flourish and Finish. The Flourish part performs an attack that knocks back enemies. Pressing your left mouse button at the end of Flourish will continue this ability by automatically lunging forward to execute the finish. And doing this will consume all of the rapier bleeds on any target, dealing 110% of their damage right away. First passive is With Flare, second passive is Swagger, third one is Fuel, and then we have the ultimate known as Bloody End. Lastly, the third skill is Flurry. Enter a posed stance and unleash a series of 5 quick thrust attacks, with each strike dealing more damage. Flurry can also be cancelled by dodging at any time. First passive is known as Overwhelm, second passive, Fleeting Strikes, then we have